Good evening. Welcome to Jim Only's World of Weather. You clicked on to long range weather forecast discussion for December 29th through January 10th. Northern stream expected to amplify across the central states as heights rise in the west. A system is forecast to lift from the Gulf across southeast. The flow is forecast to become nearly zonal during December 29th through January 2nd. This will result in direct transport of Arctic air into the eastern U.S. During this period of December 29th through January 2nd, the pattern is forecast to be amplified with a west coast ridge and an east central North American trough. Okay, now talking about the system, I don't have the map. I was going to get it, but I was running late. The system in the southern stream is forecast to track northeast from the southeast Sunday and Monday. As always in this situation, the outcome will depend on the track and intensity and the evolution of weak energy in the west feeding into the trough. The system will spread locally heavy rainfall from the southeast to southern New England Sunday and Sunday night. Any snow with this system should be confined to northern New England. Following the system, a low and cold front will mark the leading edge of another surge of cold air. Temperatures are expected to average between 10 and 25 degrees below normal are expected from the northern plains into New England. The west coast into the Rockies are expected to experience near to above normal temperatures. Okay, now for the period for January 1st to the 5th, the first week of the new year. The ensemble means forecast amplified ridge forecast of the eastern Pacific, and a trough is forecast over the Bering Sea. A deep trough is forecast over eastern Canada that will dominate most of the nation for January 1st to 5th. Okay, so this is European ensembles. So we're here on January 2nd. You can see we have our trough here, our ridge. We also have a kind of ridge here from the Caribbean northeastward over the Atlantic. But as you see, as we go through the period, this is the 4th, and we're at the 5th. Still a broad trough. Now, the other models are fairly similar. Here we are on the 3rd. This is the GFS ensembles. And you can see we have a ridge. Oh, wait a minute. I just changed the map. This is, you can see the ridge over the west and a deep trough over the eastern U.S. And what all the models are showing a broad cyclonic flow across much of the nation. Now, however, the GFS as you can watch, lowers heights in the Rockies by next weekend. So we're going to go forward ahead. This is for the Saturday the 4th and see. Whoops. And you can see it starts to lower heights here. This is by next weekend. You can see lower heights here. The trough, the flow seems to relax a bit in the east. So I'll talk about that later in the next period. So during this forecast period, I am forecasting above normal temperatures for this area and below normal temperatures from the plains to the Atlantic coast for precipitation. Calling for below normal precipitation for the western states and above normal precipitation for the southeast. Okay, now we're going to go look at the period for the 6th to the 10th. And the models in the sun indicate some de-amplification of the pattern for December 6th to the 10th. Models and ensembles raise heights across the plains in the lower Mississippi Valley. Now we're going to look at the climate forecast system. And the climate forecast system has above normal heights here, below normal heights, still has a deep trough here across the east. This is for through January 5th. And then as we go into the other period for the 6th to the 10th, it has near to below normal heights across much of the nation. We have above normal heights here across western North America and below normal heights across the lower Mississippi Valley and the southeast. Still showing a broad cyclonic flow here. So during this forecast period, I am forecasting below normal temperatures from the plains to the Atlantic coast. For precipitation, forecasting below normal precipitation from the plains to the Pacific coast. That is a long-range weather forecast discussion for December 29th through January 10th. Thanks for coming, Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.